Alright, everything should be recording. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. My name is UncleJeezy, and it has been a while. I know I just posted an update video about me saying I'm not sure when I'm going to be posting the next video, but I have Hyperview by Title Fight to review today. Now, I've been putting this video off for a while because I've been wanting to make sure that I get it out for you guys in a good fashion. I want to make sure that I get it out for you guys as good as I can. I'm definitely going to try to edit this video as least as I can, because most of my reaction videos don't really require a lot of editing, because normally I listen to the song, give my reaction at the end of the video, or sorry, not the end of the video, the end of the song, and then we progress to the next song. A lot of these don't normally require a lot of editing, which is why I like recording these videos, because it's very simple. And here we have a 10-minute, or not 10 minutes, sorry. We have a 10-album song. We have a 10-song album. Goodness, my apologies. We have a 10-song album by Title Fight from 2015 called Hyperview. Now, this is a 31-minute video. That's around there. This is a 31-minute album. I've been requested to listen to this after my Shed video, after I reacted to Shed by Title Fight, and someone in the comments recommended me listen to Hyperview by Title Fight. So I really wanted to give this album a good listen. I wanted to make sure that I got one of the final Title Fight albums recorded and posted. Now, I'm not sure if I did post the full album of Shed, or if I just posted the one song of Shed. If you guys do want me to listen to the whole entirety of Shed's album, please do let me know. I would love to make a full video on it. But if I'm not incorrect, I believe I did. But if I didn't, you can expect that video to come out soon if the love on this video goes well. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. First is going to be Murder Your Memory by Title Fight. Let's go ahead and get this started. I'm very excited. If it'll, hurry up. Oh, let's restart. Let me put in my earbud just so I can hear both. This kind of reminds me of like an interlude. But you know the drill. Review after. All right. That was Murder Your Memory by Title Fight. Now, that was a very short, however, sweet song. I loved the opening of it. I loved the subtle but very impactful delivery of the lyrics. Personally, I really liked the part where he was saying, "Murder all your memory, let it suffocate, reduce, circle back to sorry days, like a bird of prey, subdue." Now, granted, that was the only part that didn't say "murder all your memory," but I think it really showed the impact that this song can have with the least amount of lyrics, but with a great audio soundtrack in the back. The guitar sounded amazing. The drums were perfect. They just sounded very subtle and beautiful. I love the fills that we have going on. Just a subtle hi-hat with a couple of drums and kicks. Very good song. I'm gonna have to put that on my favorites playlist. That was a really good song. It's only about what? 2 minutes 37 seconds, judging by the time down there. Great song. I love the way that it was produced. I love the way that it sounded. I like it. I like that song a lot. That's definitely going to go ahead on the playlist. Let's go ahead to the next song, which is going to be Chlorine. Very different opening. We get a little bit more of a hype opening this time. I like that. Ace. Bass, you hear that? Very nice. Very nice. Wow. Okay, that was a good song. I really did like that one. I like the bass line on that. The bass line's really good. I like the kicks, the hi-hats, the drums. I'm a drummer myself, so it's like if I'm explaining it really simply, it's because it's sounding really good to my simple Cro-Magnon brain. I did also want to point out some things. I'm noticing, at least for the first two songs, this is really sounding like Jamie. You guys did tell me in the comments below that there are two vocalists, with them being Ned Russin and Jamie Roden. Ned was a big part of Title Fight. Unfortunately, as I've noticed, Title Fight is no longer a band, at least that's playing together. They haven't put out a song, or at least an album, or any music like that in a really long time. I remember when I first listened to my Shed video or no, sorry, it was my Floral Green video, where I said I'm excited to hear more and I hope that these guys are playing music together still. Unfortunately, they're not, but it's really great to hear a band still echo through the chambers of time, no matter how distant their band members may be. I think it's an absolutely beautiful thing that this music still rings through the trials of time. Um, Title Fight is definitely one of those bands that will never be forgotten, especially in the, I don't want to say underground scene, especially because Title Fight is definitely known. I don't want to call them niche, of course, because that's not necessarily true. They're very popular to a certain demographic of people in the music group. But yeah, I'm noticing a huge change in vibe here. I'm noticing Jamie's definitely taking the mantle of vocals a lot more than Ned is. And to be quite honest, I like it. I like Jamie's voice. Jamie, I think, fits really well with the vibe of Hyperview so far. I really like the way that his psychedelic voice pairs with the almost shoegaze type sound. Um, Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it sounds a little bit shoegazy. I like shoegaze. I like the shoegaze genre. So I'm overall liking this album so far. We're 2 out of the 10 away. So let's continue. This was Chlorine by Title Fight. Next is going to be Hyper Night by Title Fight. I'm excited for this one. I've heard a lot of good things about this song. So let's continue. Ooh. That bass is gross. Instantly going on. I like this one. That bass is going ridiculous right now, I'm not gonna lie. Wow, this is a great song. Ooh, a little change. The guitar tone's sweet. Oh, there we go. Wow. I like to hear the ends, you know, just in case there's a little secret something in there. All right. Wow. Okay. So far, that was my favorite song on the album. I know it's only song number 3, but wow. Wow. That paired really well. The tone of Jamie's voice, the bass line. That that's wow. That was good. Obviously you heard the song so you know, but wow, that was really good. Okay. I liked the way everything paired into that. That sounded like a shoegaze song to me. That was just wow, that was exquisite. I don't know what to say. That one was really well. The lyrics just the lyrics hit in some sort of way. Like that let's just see a question in its reflection, never knowing more. That if you're the flower, if you're the soil. Wow. That's I don't know. That strikes something in me. That really strikes something. I can't put my finger on it. The truth is within a darker sky. I just wow, like the lyrics put together with the tone of the bass, the sound of the guitar, the fills of the drums, and Jamie's voice. Wow, I'm very impressed with this song. This album so far is very, very great. I really like this album so far, especially the first song. The first song to me sounded more like an interlude, even with lyrics in it, but it was good. It was a good, short but sweet song. Same with Hyper Night. It was only what, almost 3 minutes long. Boom, it went in there strong, executed it perfectly, and just blew me out of the park. That was a good song. Next one is going to be Maroc. I think it's called Maroc. Maroc by Title Fight. Let's go. Totally different vibe. That guitar. Drums going crazy too. Wow. Okay. All right. Wow. I'm not gonna lie. That might have just stepped up Hyper Night. Wow. 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 That was wow. 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 That was incredible. Wow. Right in, like just immediately, just right in, and just. I wonder if I could replay the song. That down that just wow, that just pairs perfectly. Wow, the melody, the tempo of this song it's more upbeat than the rest of the album has been. At least Hyper Night's definitely been there, but I feel like it's more of like a middle ground between Hyper and Chiller. Get it? Hyper Night, completely unintended. I'm sorry. But yeah, I just, it's a hype song. It gets you going. Like that got me going. If you couldn't tell, I was throwing my hands up. That was a good song. That was something that provoked some sort of energy in me. Even though it's 4:38 in the morning, it provoked some sort of energy in me, especially that guitar. The guitar just had me feeling like, the guitar had me feeling hopeful. The lyrics had me feeling optimistic. Like, it's just, I know hopeful and optimistic are synonyms in some sort of way, but it's just, if you really think about it, they could totally be different in this context. Like, the guitar has me feeling some sort of hope that things are going to work out. And the lyrics may be a little daunting, like floating kisses from afar, hung your portrait on my wall. Maybe a little bit of daunting lyrics per se, not necessarily perfectly linear in storytelling per se, but it's just this song provoked something in me that just made me want to just get up and dance. And I mean, if it wasn't almost 5 o'clock in the morning and everybody in my house is asleep, I absolutely would have. That was incredible. That was an amazing song. The guitar sounded amazing. I need to figure out who's playing guitar, who's doing what, because I know Ned plays guitar, I know Jamie plays like backup. I'm not sure. I really need to figure out who is playing what, because this is amazing. Next song is going to be Your Pain Is Mine Now. This one's definitely going to be a little longer. 4 minutes. Let's lock in. We got a different vibe. It's kind of giving me Head in the Ceiling fan type vibes, almost, with how the melancholic start and possibly a very good rise and upbring. A little more shoegazy. I like it. Okay. All right, that was Your Pain Is Mine Now. That was a good song. I like that one. As normal, I will always give the rankings on my favorite songs, at least my top three, at the end of the album. For this one, I liked this one. The lyrics were really good. The lyrics actually, to me, stood out a bit more than the rest of the songs. To me, it seems like Jamie is trying to convey, "You're okay. I have you. You're safe. You're okay." At least from what I believe, because from what I see, there was this part. Where is it at? It's I'm your nightmare. Where is it at? Yeah, you'll sleep but a canopy of stars. You'll sleep beneath them. I'm in your room. I am your nightmare. I am the moon. Now, those lyrics might not necessarily sound that they're comforting, especially nightmare. Nightmare is a negative connotation. However, when I think about this, I think of it more as you're sleeping under the canopy of stars. You'll sleep beneath them. I'm in your room. I'm your nightmare. I am the moon. In some sense, I have a feeling, at least to me, the way that I convey it and the way that I feel it, even though he's saying that he is your nightmare, in some sense, he's also your comfort. Which to me sounds like a relationship point where sometimes in life you have arguments and disagreements where your relationship partner can be your nightmare with how they may not treat you the way you want, or the way that they don't exactly relate to your feelings or understand your feelings the way you want. But at the same time, it's also a comforting thing because you're with someone, and even if you guys disagree, you guys can, most of the time, at least this is what I can assume, at least for this song in this case, even if it's a nightmarish problem, even if we're having issues, a nightmare, I'm with you under that canopy of stars, and we can continue to make that star shine and that dream continue. That's what I gather. And this song to me just thinks that you're taking the pain and grief away from somebody and burdening it on yourself. That way they can be able to sleep under that canopy of stars and see the full starlight. I liked that song. That song was good. Also, I would like to go back to the other song, Mrock, just so I can put it on my playlist. I promise you, I won't forget. Next one is going to be Rose of Sharon. This is a little bit shorter. Let's go. A little more old-timey rock type riff. Kind of reminds me of Stone Temple. Just a little bit. There we go. There's Ned. I think? Yeah, that sounds like Ned. Slow down here. It sounds like Jamie now. I like that one. That one was good. All right. Now, I'm going to try to at least something I've kind of changed with my music reaction videos. I'm going to try to give more of an intuitive thought with the lyrics because I don't talk enough about the lyrics because I feel like not even I feel like the lyrics really do make a song. The lyrics really do try to convey the emotion that you're trying to express. And this one, The Rose of Sharon, I feel like the speaker, aka Jamie and Ned, are going through life. It's moving slowly, and they stop to admire it for a second. They take it in for a moment, which in this case is inhale. Press the thorns against my nose, stood in one place, careless change, can't escape, I'm a part of you, engraved. Now, I think that this rose essentially brings up past feelings about how this rose not necessarily maybe directly coordinated, wow, not directly coordinated to the person. However, it's some sort of emotional bring back. It's a memory. It's something that is engraved inside of you, depending on what smell it is, what sight, especially in a lot of relationships when people break up. Music. Music is a huge example. I think of music all the time when it comes to my ex-girlfriend. I think of certain songs that I normally wouldn't be able to listen to because it brings me the memory of her. However, in this case, the life is moving slowly. So they stop to admire the rose for a second, which in my head, which I could be wrong, please, if I'm getting any of this wrong in the comments below, please do explain what your guys' take on this is, or if there is a real legitimate like backing reason for these lyrics and like more emotional output, please let me know. But I think at this point they're stopping to admire something that they once had engraved in them in the stone. Don't you feel it too? Stood in one place, restrained, roses like me, need raid, try hard not to care, the world won't cease to turn, a name you didn't choose is left in place of you. In that case, I think it's the world keeps spinning at the end of the day, and even if I've moved on, it's still something that's replacing you, but it's not going to replace you. It's something as if, I wouldn't say optimism. I think it's more of a realization that one thing that you had fully engraved in your life is not necessarily there anymore and will bring you memories, but it's something that you could still cherish even though it's not the same. Next song, in my opinion, I'm excited for. Already sounds good. It's going to be Trace Me Onto You. Let's go. There we go. This one's also a bit longer. Got a little breakdown here. Hyper Night. Hyper Night. I like that one. I like that one specifically because in Hyper Night, it has the exact same lyrics right here. Where is it at? Here we go. I like that. I like that they had a little Hyper Night into that as well. They added a little bit of a lower Hyper Night, lower paced Hyper Night to it. I like that. That was really cool. I like that little bit that they added about the Hyper Night part. Lyrically, I don't want to speak about that just yet, only because I have a feeling it's a little bit deeper than I thought it was. Let's take a look. Let's go ahead and have a look. So we have Trace Me Unto You, Criminal, Had My Blood Removed, yada, yada, yada. Pretty much the same thing, except for Hyper Night. Hyper Night's a totally different thing. What I think about this song is I think it's about the mix of a breakup. It's the last part. Someone that was super close to you to the point where you think you could trace them onto you. That you think they're that close to you. But turns out that it's not. You had my blood removed. Cold world, withdrew vividly, you move so smooth, mumbling jealousy, I hate you. Now, if somebody was that close to you to the point where you consider them traceable onto your own skin, into your own person, you wouldn't think that they would say, I hate you. Which brings me to my thought that they brought this up as a breakup type thing, or as in the middle of a troubled relationship to where things are falling apart, even though you guys are so close to each other that you think nothing could go wrong, to the point that even withdrawing blood as a metaphor to how close I feel to you, and how close I feel to you to the point where I think I can trace you on my body. Trace me onto you. That's just my thought. Like I said, if I'm wrong about any of these, please do leave these in the comments. I would really like to be correct about this. I really like to see what you guys think about this, because of course music is subjective about the meaning, but I really do like to see what you guys would have to say about these songs. We've got 3 songs left, not including this one. Well, including this one, we have 3. This one's going to be Liar's Love. Alright, well, we'll cut that off because it's just, background noise and fucking around. But this is definitely a different song than, I feel like it's definitely emotionally a different song. First of all, I would like to say, like that song. That was good. It was, to me, even though it was almost 4 minutes, it felt short and sweet. It felt right to the point. As we can see, the speaker in this song, which Jamie, for a lot of the songs I'm noticing, at least on these albums, or at least on this album, I noticed Ned really took over on Shed and Floral Green. But when it comes to Hyperview, I noticed that Jamie's definitely taken the mantle of lead vocalist. Um, to me, the speaker in this song is really talking about how they're just losing emotion when it comes to being in love with someone. Uh, like saying, I'm not what you need. Don't count on me. Avoid the longing sense of being the one you trust. I think this is more of a self sabotage type thing where you love this person to the point where being even honest just feels like a lie, and just losing the love of human touch. It's just self sabotage, in my opinion. To me, this just rings self sabotage. You love that person, but you can't pull yourself to agree that you're good for this person, that you're worth their time, that you're worth their effort, and all of that sort. Because, and to repeat my point, ostracized, a loss of pride, there's only shadows on my side. Typically, if you're in a loving relationship, your brain normally caters to the point that, oh, I'm not alone. I have someone here that loves me for who I am, and I am not ostracized. I don't have shadows on my side. I have my love. In this case, he is ostracized with a loss of pride. He's not what you need. There is only shadows on my side. Lessons learned, no one's concern. I think that just means of self-sabotage and learning lessons of fighting through A, self-sabotage, and B, a relationship that you don't feel right in. Ostracized, your loss of pride. That's what I think about that song. I liked it. I liked Liar's Love. Great song. The next one is going to be Dizzy. This is the second to last song, so let's enjoy this 4 minute and 21 song. This is the longest song on the album. Let's go ahead and enjoy. Kind of reminds me of Prince. Almost got some Purple Rain vibes for a second. Maybe even Bowie. Already like the guitar riff in this one. So, as you can see, I brought the Jack out. Now, I would just like to preface, YouTube, I am 21 and above years of age. I am allowed to legally drink this. That song, if you couldn't tell, made me want to take 2 shots. That song really gave me the feeling of sadness and just vagueness and ambiguity. Coming home, or maybe to a bar, going to the bar, going home after a long day, maybe not just at work, but maybe just personally, and you need a drink. You need to relax. You need to fight something that troubled you. This song to me sounds like you're running away from trouble. Memory loss, you're chrysalis, I'm dizzy in the thought. Granted, I'm dizzy in the thought is first, but to me it feels like some sort of call. Like, to me it just feels like you're upset. You're not happy with the current things and the way they are, and on top of that, you're not happy with what happened. We're not necessarily, at least I don't think, we're necessarily told of what happened, but something happened. And obviously, the lover of our speaker, in this case Jamie, may not be Jamie, it's just, let's say, our character. Let's say our topic, or our subject, we'll call it our subject. Our subject was in the car when it happened, along with his girlfriend, or his love. Something happened to the point where he doesn't remember. He doesn't remember what's going on, and things are coming back to him staticky, weird. And in a case like that, I feel like that's a time for a drink as any. When you're under some stress, things aren't going your way, and you don't necessarily remember pain. Now, me personally, I don't think alcohol is a good substance to necessarily bring out your inner sadness. However, it helps. But in this case, I think this song kind of gives me a feeling of longing and trying to remember of what the past was and what happened. All I can really say is that this song wanted me to take a shot, wanted me to have a drink. That song to me sounded like going to a bar, letting all your thoughts in your head just fly out the second you have a sip of alcohol. Whether it be Jack Daniel's Honey Tennessee Whiskey, or whether it be tequila. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be our last song for the night. It is going to be called New Vision. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Title Fight's Hyperview. The last song is New Vision. And for the last song of the night, I would like to take a shot with you all, as this is probably going to be the last Title Fight song, or Title Fight music discography, that I listen to with you guys. And before we get the song started, I do just want to say thank you very much for tuning into this video. Thank you very much for tuning into the Title Fight trilogy. I like to call it the T trilogy, the TF trilogy. Unless, like I said, I haven't listened to the entire thing of Shed, which I feel like I have. Could be wrong. I'll do some double checking in a moment. But if this is truly the last of the Title Fight trilogy, I do want to say thank you very much for the love and support that I've gotten on the past few Title Fight videos. My channel has grown a lot more than what it has before due to the Title Fight video, especially Floral Green. So, Title Fight, I am in debt to you. Thank you for the boost in performance, and thank you for the absolutely beautiful music that you guys have put out for our generation and time. And I hope one day you guys can get back together and just maybe go on tour, make some music, one more song, one more album, one more goodbye, you know? So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, this is New Vision by Title Fight on Hyperview. Cheers. Wow. All right. Wow, 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 wow. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Title Fight's Hyperview. Now, here we are with the final rankings of the night and my final score for the album. My top three songs are going to have to be Morocco at number one, Hyper Night at number two, and honestly, I like Chlorine. Chlorine's nice. I really liked Chlorine. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead with my solid top three: Rock, Hyper Night, Chlorine. And obviously, all the rest of the songs are great too. But I'm going to rate this album an 8.5. I'll give it a 9. Actually, I'll give it a 9 because as you can see, I have all the songs favorited because I am not a picky music person. If you notice, I will definitely be favoriting a lot of the songs that come on. However, it gets to a point where I may like the song and I may favorite all of them, but I will still give it a very honest rating because I do like to listen to a lot of music. I listen to literally everything. One day I'll post my playlists on Linktree or something like that for you guys to go ahead and take a look at and find some good music for yourselves. But I want to be as unbiased as I can. To me, this was the weakest Title Fight album. However, that does not make it a bad album. To me, it's going to go ahead from Title Fight, it's going to go ahead from Floral Green to Shed to Hyperview. I do like Hyperview. Great, great, great album. Great album. However, I think that Floral Green is just a 10 out of 10 album. I think the only thing that I didn't necessarily like about Title Fight was Sympathy. However, I don't remember Sympathy. I remember every other song. But to me, that album is a 10 out of 10 for personal reasons and just because of the overall vibe of Floral Green. Hyperview, however, it's a banger album. It's got a lot of good songs on here. To me, it feels a lot different, and it is a lot different. It's, if you can see over here, it says punk. On here, it says more alternative, and then here it also says alternative. I can tell that Hyperview is more of a shoegaze punk type album to me, especially with Murder Your Memory, Chlorine, especially Trace Me Onto You. Your Pain Is Mine Now, especially that song. That song is very shoegazy to me, and I like it. That's not a problem with me. I just think that this is a weaker side of Title Fight's discography only because of the vocals. Jamie is a great vocalist. I like the way that his voice pairs with the music and the instrumentals. However, Ned's voice is very iconic in my opinion when it comes to Title Fight. You can tell that he's made his mark, especially when it comes to the hardcore punk side and alternative. You can tell that he puts a lot more guttural, grainy sound to Title Fight than Jamie does. Jamie gives it more melodic shoegaze. I like Ned's version simply because I mean I really couldn't tell you the difference between me liking Ned versus me liking Jamie. I think they're both great vocalists. I think they bring a lot to the table when it comes to Title Fight and their style. However, I do have to go with Jamie's. I do have to go with Jamie's style on Floral Green. Hyperview, I think it's to me more shoegazy than punk, but that's just my opinion. However, I will definitely rate this album a 9 out of 10. I think this album is absolutely beautiful, although it is, in my opinion, the least cog turning album out of Title Fight. I absolutely think this is a great album. Like I said, Rock, Hyper Night, and Chlorine are my top three. 9 point, not 9 on the flat, 9 flat for Hyperview. So to you who recommended this album, you know who you are. You were in the Floral Green video. Thank you very much for recommending this album. I will definitely have to sit more and listen to this album, and I'm sure in time my opinion on the album will change when it comes to the score ranking. But for now, I definitely think it's going to be a 9 flat. However, that is going to be all for tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you very much for tuning into this video. Thank you for staying patient with me, for getting out this Hyperview video. It's been a long time coming for me to get this out. It's been almost 5-6 months now, so I'm very glad to get this Hyperview out. I'm very glad to get another Title Fight video out there for you. If you guys have any other artists, bands, whatever you guys want to recommend down in the comment section below, please put those in the comment section. I love hearing new music and what you guys have to share for me. If it is something that I have heard before, I will obviously do my best to react to it and give you my full honest opinion on what the song is. Like I said, if I've heard it before, chances are I'll probably give it a real reaction instead of thinking, oh my god, I never heard this song before, like faking the reactions. It's all real around here, ladies and gentlemen. We all love real reactions, real raw reactions, and that's all you're gonna get from UncleJeezy, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, thank you very much for tuning into the video. I appreciate you guys for the support on everything that I've done so far, and I hope you guys stick around for more content in the future. If you guys are interested in more of this type of stuff, leave a comment down below and like and subscribe for me. Turn on bell notifications if you guys are interested. I'll have my socials down in the comments section, in the description below. I got my Twitch, Instagram, all that stuff that you can follow. Go ahead and take a look at it if you guys are interested. But once again, I thank you guys for the support and the love on the videos that I've been doing so far. And I will see you guys next time. This has been Title Fight's Hyperview. Thank you guys. Have a great rest of your night, alright? Take care.